Ink Ribbon.
Do you want to make games but don't know where to start? Well then you should check out today's sponsor, Core. So imagine something like YouTube, but instead of making videos, you make games that other people can play. And it's not just about making games, it's also about playing games. One of the games that I keep going back to every time I'm on here is a game called Farmer's Market, which is just a nice relaxing farm game. There's also another game called Mergelandia, which is a really interesting game. It's kind of like you start with very limited resources, but you build and build and build, and it's sort of tower defense, idle game. It's a lot, but it's really fun and it's surprisingly soothing. Core utilizes the power of the Unreal Engine and makes it easy and fun to create your own games to share with others, and you can even collaborate with other people, which means that you and your friends can make games and levels together. And not only can you make games, but you can monetize them. Yes, you can make money while you make games and learn how to develop. Core uses the Lua scripting language, which is considered the easiest coding language there is and is perfect for beginners. And if you're like me and can't program very well, don't worry. Core comes with a huge amount of templates ranging from first-person and third-person modes all the way to team deathmatch and battle royale, as well as a ton of little extra things. Want to activate fall damage? Drag and drop it into your game. Boom, now you have fall damage. Drop in a health bar or some weapons. There's a lot you can do, and that's not counting the large library of user-created assets as well. You can also unlock outfits and accessories for your personal character that you can customize and take with you into any game you play, and you unlock these by simply playing games. Core is completely free and available to anyone, so if you're interested in getting into game development, this is a fantastic way to get started. Check out the links in the description to learn more. In the 90s, Lara Croft was everywhere. Whether it was due to the success of Tomb Raider games, her physical attributes, or simply her charisma and confidence, you can't deny that she is iconic. Now you can't go raiding tombs without some sweet threads, and throughout the series, Lara has donned some killer outfits. And today we're going to highlight some of the best dressed moments in the Tomb Raider games. In no particular order, here is my list of the top 10 best Lara Croft outfits.
Number 10.
Tibetan Winter. One thing that Lara excels at is choosing outfits that are both functional and fashionable. This one is both, while having the bonus trait of being improvised. While flying a plane over the foothills of Tibet, Lara helps herself to this bomber jacket left behind in the cockpit and zips it up over her classic outfit. Made from leather and sheepskin and most likely a wool lining, Lara can stay nice and toasty while still showing off those killer legs. And while it may seem impractical for a cold climate, having her legs exposed actually helps dispel heat, which can come on suddenly since the altitude causes sunlight to be very harsh in this particular climate.
Number 9.
Winter No Coat. In Tomb Raider Legend, Lara heads to the very cold country of Kazakhstan, prepared by wearing a thick coat over multiple layers. Unfortunately, her jacket was a bit too flammable for this excursion, forcing her to strip down to her base layers, also known as the outfit Winter No Coat. While it isn't as practical for this particular quest, Lara does look fantastic. With olive pants tucked into her boots, her holsters and gear are on full display. All this paired with a white collared shirt layered under a ribbed royal blue sweater makes it one of the most stylish outfits in the series. And while this outfit also comes in an orange and pink variant, the blue version really complements her skin tone and her hair while also setting off her eyes.
Number 8.
Home.
Welcome to my home. I'll take you on a guided tour.
We are used to seeing Lara wearing a lot of gear and usually looking ready to take on the world, and that's totally fine. In fact, that's what we love about her. But at the same time, seeing her in casual clothes, relaxing in her own home is somehow very soothing. Consisting of a gray sports bra with a white trim, gray baggy sweatpants, and some sweatbands around her wrists, this is probably one of the most accidentally iconic outfits in the franchise. No enemies, no guns, no deadly traps or treacherous heights. Nope, just a casual Lara running around barefoot in her mansion. Seeing video game characters in normal casual clothes brings us closer to them, which is why I had to put this one on this list.
Right, Now I'd better take off these wet clothes.
Number 7.
Jungle shorts. Over the years, Lara's outfit has slowly undergone changes and evolved, going from a green tank top and brown shorts into a more earth tone direction with Legend, and finally became perfected in Tomb Raider Underworld. While Legend was a step in the right direction, the brown tone was not only too uniform, but also blended in too much with the environment around her, not to mention the layered look went out of style very quickly. In Underworld, the direction of the outfit was kept, but was overhauled in all the best ways, changing the tan brown to more of a chocolate color with black accents, pulling together her look from head to toe. Another change, while slight, was her holsters, having both more detail in the straps around her legs as well as metal accents around the holsters themselves. It was a nice touch that really added a lot of style to an already great look.
Number 6.
Nevada. Out of all the outfits Lara has ever worn, this one is one of the least practical, mainly due to the fact that blue camouflage is absolutely useless in the desert, making Lara stand out like a sore thumb. But that's okay, because what it lacks in practicality, it more than makes up with in style, being one of the most memorable outfits she's ever worn. Along with her signature gear, Lara dons a black cropped tank top, blue camo pants, and switches her boots from brown to black while also adding red laces. And if you look closely, you'll see that in certain renders from Tomb Raider 3, she also has her belly button pierced. The piercing was never shown again, doesn't appear on her model in the game, and is even missing in some renders of the same outfit. So it was probably just a fun little thing the developers tried, since that was a very cool thing to have in the 90s.
Number 5.
Evening dress. In the entirety of the Tomb Raider series, we have never seen Lara wear her hair down, wear a dress, high heels, or anything remotely considered ladylike at the time. That's just not really her style. But in Tomb Raider Legend, Lara decided to get all dolled up and switched up her look, arriving in Tokyo looking like she just stepped off a runway. This little black dress may be considered a staple, but for Lara, it's just a way to blend in at this corporate party, until she has to teach someone exactly who they're messing with. Like the fierce badass she is, once threatened, she whips off her heels, pulls out her concealed weapons, rips the side of her dress for mobility, and of course, ties up her hair into a ponytail so she can get to doing what she does best. Going the rest of this level with this outfit on, she does everything from riding a motorcycle to scaling buildings without a second thought, further cementing her legacy as an undeniable badass.
Number 4.
Angel of Darkness. Angel of Darkness was a turn for the series in a lot of ways, including an overall darker tone for the story. To go with the more ominous and serious tone, Lara was given a new look, with darker makeup, a black tank top, and olive camo shorts with a new backpack to match. This really didn't change the overall aesthetic of her look, but the new color palette really did a lot to convey the new, more vulnerable Lara, helping us to really get a hint of the desperation she was experiencing. You know, being blamed for murder and all. While this outfit was left behind, it did finally reappear as a PSP exclusive in Tomb Raider Anniversary, as well as the infamous Tomb Raider 1 port on the N-Gauge. Remember that taco-looking thing? And she was also reintroduced in Rise of the Tomb Raider, much to the pleasure of fans across the globe.
Number 3.
Classic. You didn't think we'd go this whole video without including her classic outfit, did you? The look she had from the very start has been unmistakable and become iconic in its own right. While things were a little too angular in the first game, things rounded out and her outfit was included in almost every Tomb Raider game, finally being phased out in Underworld. Did you know the original inspiration for Lara's outfit was Laura Dern's character in Jurassic Park? Her outfit has also changed over the years, sometimes switching back and forth between being a tank top and being a swimsuit with shorts over it, as well as a more ribbed look in Anniversary. I also wanted to take this moment to explain something that I find amusing as a 3D artist. If you look at models and cosplays from the original games in the 90s, a lot of people opted for a shiny material for her top, sometimes even using latex. The reason they did this was because in the old games, her outfit does look shiny, but I'm not sure if it was supposed to. So the basic reason why her outfit looked shiny is that rendering 3D things that have specular properties like fabric were still kind of new and difficult to use at the time. This is the same reason why a lot of 3D models from that era had skin and hair that resembled plastic. This is the only time I ever have a legitimate reason to bring this up, so I'm glad to get it off my chest. And regardless of which you prefer, shiny or matte, either way, it's technically correct.
Number 2.
Solo wetsuit. Now I very briefly want to mention something about this outfit. I did a bit of surfing, and during that time I found out that what Lara wears in Tomb Raider 2 is not a wetsuit. When a wetsuit is short-sleeved and short-legged, it's actually referred to as a spring suit. So on the off chance that ever comes up in a conversation in your life, there you go. But I will continue to refer to it as a wetsuit because that's what most people know it as. Now that we got that out of the way, this outfit is really cool. Being the first alternate outfit we ever got to see Lara in, aside from her mansion outfit. It was a breath of fresh air back in the day. Get it? Underwater? Breath of fresh... oh, never mind. After throwing her boots at a monk, Lara dives into the ocean depths, ready to take on the ocean itself, in her blue accented solo wetsuit, which, by the way, is the first and possibly the only time Lara has worn sponsored clothing in any game. Sola is a real brand of wetsuits from a company located in the UK, though I couldn't find anything linking the two together in any way except for some Sola wetsuits from the 90s that have a similar style, but even the logo is a bit different, so it is possible that it's a coincidence. Regardless of all that, strapping leg holsters to a wetsuit is the only way Lara knows how to wear one, and she wears it oh so well.
Number 1.
Catsuit. Being an icon of the 90s means you gotta go with the trends, and throughout this list, Lara has done exactly that. One thing that was seen often, particularly with femme fatales in media, was catsuits. While she did go full Matrix in Chronicles and wear a latex catsuit, the one she wears in Tomb Raider 3's London levels are where we will end this list today. Now, normally when women are portrayed in a catsuit, they tend to be kind of, well, let's just say the male fantasy types. Sexy on the surface, but not much else going on. Lara, as we all know, doesn't fit into that category. A lot of catsuits in movies and TV shows can seem out of place or random, but for Lady Croft, it was almost expected, as it not only pairs perfectly with her lifestyle, but actually serves a tactical advantage, helping her blend into the dark shadows throughout the very difficult London levels.
All I want is the artifact.
Right, in your next life.
And that's it for this list. Are there any other outfits that you think should have been on this list, or any outfits that you consider the worst? Let me know down in the comments, and if you like this video, I invite you to subscribe for more gaming content like this. And once again, a big thank you to Core for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out the links in the description to learn more. I hope you all have a great day, and remember to lace up those combat boots. I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon.